everybody? How's it going? Yeah, woo, live. We are live. Can you all hear me just fine? Let me turn this light on. Oh, that's better. You see, I got a chat window thing. So we can see the chat in the video. Isn't that cool? I'm proud of myself. It's my first time using that. I think it's pretty cool looking. Hello, Gaga. Hello, Sai. Hello, Nintendo Gamer 101. How's everybody doing this? Well, evening for me, morning for some of you guys. Reddy, how's it going? Is it all morning for everybody in the chat right now? Am I the only one that's up late? Everyone else is up early? You mind if I just call you Ganji so I don't totally slaughter the first name? Gaga, you're up late? Okay. Ravi, it's 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's 9:10 at night here. But the plan for today is, well, really just to have a live stream. But figured I would get some trailer reactions out of the way. I still need to do Arjun Reddy. And so that's really my excuse to do this one. And then we'll just do requests and hang out. Really. $11:07 Nintendo Gamer. Are you on the East Coast? I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada. I'm not in Canada. I'm in Colorado. I'm in the other C word. I'm in Colorado. Where is everybody from? Jeremy. Hey, bro. Jeremy lives up there. Like literally, he's right up there. From India, Florida, Albania. Wow, that's interesting. Australia. Jack from Australia. What's up, Jerm? How's it going, Jerm? Australia. Hey, Jack, do you watch Sergeant Rocco? I'm friends with him. We keep wanting to do a collab and then never end up getting it done. Gaga, your laugh and dance is so good. Thanks. I think my laugh is kind of annoying, but I hear it all the time, I guess. But my dancing's good. My dancing is awesome. Old fat white man dancing. Hell yeah. Raghu, how's it going, man? Sai, you live in Hyderabad? Nintendo Gamer watched the Lie trailer. I did. I watched that on the last stream, the one that got corrupted. Yeah, boy, get that beat going. No, Jerm. No stopping, bro. My sister lives in Chicago. And Robbie says, you're in Virginia. Oh, interesting. When did you go to Virginia? Or did you tell me that and I forgot? So guys, this is what we're going to do for... So the first one I'm going to do is Arjun Reddy. And for any future requests that we get, I need you to give me the full video title so that I can look it up quick and I'm not searching for the best version of it. To do that, just highlight, copy, and paste. Like you can see, that's a sample. That's for Arjun Reddy of the entire title, since you can't put links in here. And then I can just copy and paste that and get to the exact video that we're supposed to be looking at, hopefully with English subtitles. Am I gonna watch Vivagam in the theater? I want to. I don't know if I'll be able to. I am kind of in talks with the American distributor for Vivagam and a lot of other Indian films that send movies to Aurora, which is where I have to go now, to see if I can get them to release them in Boulder, which would be the closest one to me, but it would be a lot easier to get to. But right now it's still, I have to go down to Aurora, and to find an entire day off of everything to be able to go and watch a movie, as you guys know, is very hard for me. So if I can find a day where I have nothing going on or I can move my schedule around, I'm going to try and see Vivagam. But if I can't, I'm not going to be able. I mean, it's really all a matter of time and ability. But I do want to, because I know a lot of you guys want me to do a review of it. Josh, Deep Reviews, how's it going, Koricon? When did you start? Started about 12 minutes ago. So not too long ago. Sela, today is morning in India, that's why not much viewers. Actually, 12 is pretty average for me. I tend to get between 8 and 14 watching at any given time. So I'm kind of actually surprised I have 12 right away. Other streams I've done, I would have like 4 people. And then just doing it off of 4 people. So it's good to have 12. So let's, you shared on Facebook and Twitter. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I should probably do that. I'll do that right now. Tell everybody, hey, I'm live right now. Might want to go over and check it out. That is a good idea. I did everything else in my prep. I totally forgot to do that. Thanks for reminding me. Josh, Deep Reviews. Thanks, love the stream. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Phyllis Knight. I did the one, the Nokokadine. I could never pronounce that one. I did that on the last stream, the one that got corrupted. So I've already seen it, unfortunately. The only copy of that stream is on my VidMe account because it got blocked on YouTube by Whacked Out Media. Which was great. Alright, Facebook, it's on. Twitter, it's going on now. And then I'm going to do Instagram. I don't really do anything on Instagram except post these things. Come on now. Come on now. Dag nabbit. No. Watch Kalapani. It's a Malayalam film, you say? Cool. Cool, cool. Actually, I think I might have that on the list of stuff. Because that sounds really familiar. Of course, my list is over 100 movies. It is long. How was my experience with Nana no Kadeen? From what I remember, I thought it was good. It looked interesting. For my exact thoughts, I'd have to look at the live stream. I did 26 reactions that night, so... And I'm not doing that this night. I'm not doing that tonight, but we did a lot, so it all kind of blended together in my mind. I'd have to go back and look at the stream, which is on the VidMe account. Sai, you are one of the few to have adequate knowledge to do reactions of Indian movies. Thank you. Josh, are you a realtor? Yes, I am. But I'm getting a second job because the market is kind of plateauing right now. So I need something to supplement income for just immediate bills. Unfortunately, that means my time doing YouTube is going to decrease a bit, but I'm trying to set up some things right now, like organizing stuff so I could do more movie reviews and then hopefully do these kind of live streams for trailer reactions, because doing trailer reactions individually ends up taking up way too much time. So if I can do them like this and then cut up the live stream, then that would help decrease my amount of time so I can get more content out for you guys, if that makes sense. Oh, Mahanel is in it? That's why I know that name. When I did the trailer reaction for that new movie he's got coming out, everybody in the comment was saying Kalapani. I can't remember what's the new movie, the trailer that I did. What was the new one that he was in? If you haven't noticed, I do a lot of them. They kind of become a blur after a while. WS liketh. I liketh your name, WS. Hi, Koricon. Hello. Yes, Mahanel has done a tremendous job in that. Cool. I like your work. Well, thank you, WS liketh. I liketh that you liketh it. That was a bad pun, but whatever. Johnny Wan, hi guys. Hello. John Deep Reeves, what do you think about doing YouTube as a job? I would love to, but I would need way more subscribers than I have, because I don't make much money off of this. I probably get $30 or $40 a month from YouTube and another $10 from my Patreons, and that's it. So 40, maybe 50, 60 if it's a really good month. That's not enough to pay the bills. That's enough to get me to a couple of movies. That's about it. Rakesh KB, Villain. Is that a movie? Mahano of old is something else. Nowadays, he does rubbish movies. What was the new one he's got coming out, though? Johnny Wan. You're a good YouTuber. Robot 2 will save more subscribers. Oh, you mean get me more? Well, Bahubali 2 got a lot of subscribers. I mean, I started doing the Indian movies because of the first Bahubali trailer reaction I did. Oh, what was it? Late January or early February of 2016. That's kind of how the whole thing started, really. Robot 2.0 will probably get me some more attention, I'm sure. You know, usually the big movies do that. I got a lot of attention during that Kabali trailer reaction that kind of blew up because of the weird circumstance around it. But 1317L17. Good morning, Nala. Well, good morning to you, 1317L17. Harish Kiran, you could do something related to your knowledge about movies. Well, I'm going to be editing a Kannada language short film here shortly. They're filming it right now, and I've been editing some things for them, more like rough edits, test edits, and then when they're done filming, we'll get into the full editing of it. So that'll be fun. You should do some collaborations with other YouTubers. I do, actually. I do collaborations with people in the Reactors League, which is a group I'm a part of. And on my second channel, on Koricon Nerd, I do collaborations for Young Justice reaction reviews with the director of Batman Master of Fear, the web series coming out in September. We became friends, and we're actually going to be doing the Defenders also. But that's all on Koricon Nerd. And then me and Sergeant Rocco keep talking about doing a collaboration, but he's in Australia, and we never seem to really find the time that we're both available to do it. But we want to. We talk about it. Should do trailer reaction for Mahano's villain. Well, when we get into the request part, we'll do that if you put it in. For requests later on, I would need the full title of the video that you want me to look at. So like this first one I'm going to do is Arjun Reddy. So you copy like this, the entire text of the title, and send it to me so that I can find it fast and I'm not wasting time trying to find the right video. Johnny Wan, yeah, you were on the news. I was. That was a huge surprise. I had a lot of subscribers coming and saying, hey, I saw you on national news. It's like, what? And they sent me the Twitter link that showed it. That was pretty interesting. I never thought I would be on CNN in India. That is one thing I never thought would happen. 1317L17 means Bala, innovation overload. Ah. Oh, I see it now. 13 is B, 17 is A, L, 17A. Gotcha. I get it. Johnny Wan, when you started watching Tamil films or South Indian films? That would be when I did the first Bahubali trailer, and I reviewed that movie back in February of 2016. But before that, I had seen movies here or there with my dad, because my dad's been watching Indian movies for decades. So I saw things like Ega and, what was that one called? Anyway, I had seen a bunch with him, but not something I was doing with a YouTube channel. It was just, on the side. Nitin, how could we reach you with our movie? What exactly do you mean? Like a request or something? Requests I take from all over the place. I just have a huge list of them. And what I've been doing is polls. So I'll do a poll for an older movie, because I need to first concentrate on new movies, and then when I have time, I do older movies. So whatever movie wins that polling gets done when I can get to it. And then my Patreons right now, the $5 Patreons get to choose a movie that they want me to review, which was the Mudhalvin that I just did was for a Patreon. But there might be something coming in the future. I don't quite know how logistically it would work yet, but my Patreon had a good idea. And so we'll see how that works out. But right now, for older movies, it's polling. Rajesh, India would be a place for budding American movie makers to experiment, as the cost of production is real low compared to the US. It is, but there are a lot of people making movies in India. So, yeah, I mean, there are a lot. I think in some places it's like 6 movies come out a week. It's crazy. WS Liketh, what inspired you to make this channel, and is this your channel? Yes, this is my channel. I have 2 channels now. We just created, well, I don't know why I said I created a second channel called Koricon Nerd so that Koricon Nala can focus on the Indian film stuff and the Koricon Nerd focus on the American TV show movie stuff that I do over there, because it was starting to get jumbled all in one channel. But what got me started? Well, I had watched some trailer reactions for Star Wars The Force Awakens, and I was like, I could do that. And I was kind of annoyed at some of the reactors because they basically were sitting in their bedroom, you know, with their bed and an air conditioner in the background with nothing else, bad audio, the visuals kind of okay, but it's like they didn't really do anything. They just set up a cell phone and that was it. And so I was like, I can do that. And so I started doing that, and then I'm one of those people that likes to have a higher production. So I'm always trying to make things better, hence the set. Like if you watch me over the past 2 years, my set progressively got better and more complicated. And then the way that I do videos have gotten better and more complicated. So I'm ever increasing in my production value. I think I missed a bunch of comments by talking about that, but Nala, how was your real estate business? It's not really going that great right now. And that's because we hit a plateau in the real estate market out here. And so there's not much moving. The really big realtors are getting all of the main business. So, and my focus is kind of changing a bit, but I just got a second job for being able to pay the bills, because I have to at least pay the bills. And then concentrate on this in my spare time. Watch Paisa Vasol latest Telugu trailer. Yeah, you'll have to let me know when we get into the requests, when we start taking requests for trailer reactions. And then when we do, give me the full title of the video like this, because that's the first one I'm doing. That way I know what I'm looking for. Bahubali changed the landscape of Telugu industry and South films. Yeah, I could see that. Totally could see that. Johnny Wan, Tick 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 teaser was really good for an Indian movie. It was. You know, I did a pretty detailed review on that one, but I want to see what they do with it. I want to see a full trailer. There were some things that I was a little concerned about, but we'll see. We'll see how they turn out. Ravi, yeah, we're not doing the requests yet, but hold on to that one and copy and paste when I'm done with the Arjun Reddy. Right now we're kind of going through questions. Could you and Sergeant Rocco do a live stream together? Probably not. I mean, technically we could. I could just bring him in on Skype on here. But we have a 12-hour time difference. He's in Australia. He is exactly on the opposite end of the earth from me. Like, you can't get any farther away. And really, it's more of being able to find the time that we can both get together. Go to California, man. Realtors play in the millions there. Yeah, I know. I know. Colorado's got a decent market. Just right now we're plateauing, but every market in every state, every city's got a different kind of market, and they always plateau, usually about like a 10-year cycle. Johnny Wan, you can try to get a role in Robot 2. Maybe they are not finished. Well, when is it supposed to come out? April? Is it coming out in April, I think? It's either February or April. I can't remember. They moved it twice. But I'm sure they're finished with the principal photography. They're just working on the post-production, right? I can't imagine they're still filming it. WS Liketh, what movie content makes you interested? I don't think I quite understand the question. What movie content makes you interested? Could you clarify that for me? So I'm not quite sure what you mean. Nala, I want to see best horror movie. Recommend some movie names. Do you want like jump scare kind of horror movies, or do you want psychological thrillers? I got a fly in here. My favorite Indian film? I don't know. I don't really have favorites of things. Like, the only thing I say I have a favorite of is my favorite movie of all time, which is The Princess Bride. But that's very nostalgic for me. Favorite Indian film? I don't know if I have a single one. I have some that I like in different genres. Like, I liked Vikram Vedhi for that genre. I liked My Name is Khan. That was really good in that genre. I liked the first Bahubali more than I liked the second one, but they are both very good. Psychological thriller? Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorites. Or American Psycho. Hey, there's a fly in here and it is going to drive me nuts. I did like Fan. Fan was really good. What they did with his face, they didn't just CG his face though. They CG'd his face, but they also like CG'd his shoulders smaller and his body smaller, his height a little bit, I think. They went a little overboard. Like, they could have just gotten a stand-in and did a face replacement, but that was a lot of post-production work to make that look like the way it did. But it turned out good. I mean, there were a couple of parts that I thought were not so great, but for the most part, the movie was awesome. You didn't like his CGI face? I thought they did a pretty good job for the most part. I did. They did a better job with that than they did with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One or Princess Leia. And they had a lot less money than Lucasfilm. I don't know why it turned out so bad in Lucasfilm. You must see Chandramukhi from Rajnikanth, comedy horror film. Liketh. What storyline in a movie trailer makes you interested? I like things that are different, that are not the standard. But I do have things that I like that are standard. Like, I'm a fan of action movies, so I like action movies. But I like things that are a little different than what's out there. You know, like, that's why I was excited about Dunkirk. That's why I was excited about uh, what was it called? It came out in January. I love that movie. Oh man, this is gonna kill me. I'm gonna have to look that one up, or it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, I hate it when I can't remember a name. And I suck with names. I'm horrible with it. Hidden Figures. I really loved Hidden Figures. And that was different. I really liked that one. So, the only kind of storyline that doesn't make me interested is usually romance, because they're extremely boring movies. It's hard to make a romance interesting. Uh, I did like um, Devdas, but not something I would usually go out and try and watch. Yep, a lot of people have been saying pizza. If you look at my Matt Halvin review, I think half the comments in there say pizza. Who knew that that boy band guy could actually act? Yeah, what I find funny about that is they asked Christopher Nolan, did you hire Harry Styles because he's famous? And the funny thing is, he didn't know who he was. He actually he got the part because he went through the normal process just like everyone else, and he got on Christopher Nolan's desk because that was the group of people that had gotten that far in the auditioning process. So he hired him because he thought he looked the part and did a good job acting. He didn't find out until afterwards that he was in a boy band and was really famous. So I think that's funny. He's like, I didn't know who he was. Your favorite Hollywood movie is Legend with Will Smith. That was a good one. I wish they didn't change the ending though. I think the ending in the book had a much better impact. Did I like the Split movie? I did. I reviewed it, I think. I review a lot of movies, but I think I reviewed Split. I really liked it. What is your favorite science fiction movie? Well, I do not count Star Wars as science fiction. So, because Star Wars is a fantasy, it is not a science fiction. So I would say maybe one of my favorite science fictions is actually a horror movie as well. It's called Event Horizon. Now it's not as good as, you know, like Aliens or Terminator or anything like that, but I just really like that movie. I think it's a good, solid movie, and the first half is very sci-fi, and then it has a nice slow flow into a hardcore horror movie. I like it. I don't know if I would call it my absolute favorite though. Like I said, I don't really have favorites. I have movies that I think of at the moment that I really like. Because I'm sure there's another movie out there that's a sci-fi that I like more than that, and I'm just not thinking about it right now. Liketh. Which movie is a must-watch movie of the decade? Movie that is not known to everyone. For the decade, huh? Not known to everyone. Ex Machina. I like that one a lot. A24 does some great movies. Johnny, I like alien movies. Or you said alien. I think you meant alien, but yeah. You put an A where there should be an E. I was like, I like Alien movies. What? Oh, Alien. Yeah, Alien movies. Just messing with you, man. I like them too. Not so much the 3 and 4, but I'm actually a fan of Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I thought they were pretty good movies. I still think Alien and Aliens are the better films, but Prometheus and Alien Covenant are still good, especially compared to 3 and 4. What do you think about the Back to the Future trilogy, and do you think it could be revived? I love the Back to the Future trilogy. Uh, I don't know if they do. So I'm tired. I don't want a remake. I do not want a remake of Back to the Future. Just like I did not want a remake of Ghostbusters. But you can do a sequel. Feel free to do sequels to those movies that take place at a much later time of present day, but keep the original films in the time era that they happened. So do a cameo with the Doc, giving the DeLorean over to somebody else. I don't know, but don't negate the older movies. Just make another movie that happens in the same universe. So if it is revived, I would want it to be a sequel and not take away from the original trilogy. I do not want a reboot of that. Johnny, how was the Vivagam trailer? And you watched Ajith Kumar film before? I have not seen an Ajith Kumar film before. The Vivagam trailer was good. I did a trailer reaction for it. I do not like the Surviva song, and I'm getting a lot of hate for that. But, I gotta be honest with my opinions. I don't like that song, but I liked the other symphonic background music score that they had in the new trailer. That all sounded really good. Why every Hollywood movie storylines are the same? Well, they're not, but there are a lot of movies that are similar, especially within genres. But it's the same way with a lot of Indian films as well. When you have a masala movie, most of those are the same for the most part. When you have romance movies, they're pretty much the same no matter what country they're made in. Uh, so there's formulas that a lot of producers want to stick with because they're known to work. If you want to watch movies that are not the big Hollywood ones, you need to find the smaller production companies like A24. I think A24 probably does the best of the independent films. Very unique storylines. Very cool stuff. I would highly suggest looking up A24. What would you do if you had 24 hours to live? What would you do if you had no money? Well, I would probably do the same thing I'm doing right now if I had no money, because right now I have no money. Everything you see here, I have not spent a lot of money on. Like this right here, these are two cheap $20 shelves I got from Walmart, and I just put my Loot Crate stuff up there that I get in the box every month. This is a piece of cardboard that I tape posters to. I'm filming on a webcam. That's probably the most expensive thing I have. Well, and my computer, but I've had this one for a long time and I built it. So, I just try and upgrade it when I can. But we're getting to a point where my next computer, I'll need to build a whole new computer because a lot of things are updating. If I had 24 hours to live, I don't know. Try and get a loan and then go have some fun. I'm gonna die anyway. I don't know. I like the new Spider-Man. Oh, Josh says totally agree. I'm not sure which point that you were saying. Sorry. Raj Naga. I like the new Spider-Man. I like to call it Teen Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man movie you enjoyed the most? The new one. But I have to say Spider-Man 2 is my favorite of the Spider-Man movies out of all 6 of them. And it's because of Dr. Octopus. And it's not... I like Sam Raimi a lot. And I thought he did a good job with the first 2 Spider-Mans. We try to forget that Spider-Man 3 ever existed because it's a piece of shit. But Doc Ock was done so well. And I like villains. So I say that's my favorite movie. But this Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man. Please do... wow, that's a very long name. Dinchak Puja Selfie Mina Lela Age reaction. Well, when we get into... when we get to the part where I'm getting requests, you can put that in there. I don't like romantic movies. My favorites are fantasy, horror, thriller, and comedy. I like just about everything except romance movies. But there are a few romance films that I think are okay. But for the most part, I find them way too boring. What is your vlogging set? Okay, so currently how I do it is, let me move this. This. It's a cheap monopod that I got. And I have this rig right here for holding a cell phone called the Grip It. I like it. And then my Note 4. So there you go. That is what it looks like when I vlog. And then what I like about it is when I'm walking around, you put the legs down and it gives it a nice counterbalance so that there's not much shake when you're holding on to it. And when I'm not moving and I'm out and about, I just lower the leg down and then I can hold it. And so it moves a little like this, but you don't get the shaky cam. So it keeps it very stable, very still, but you can still float around if you want to. I really like it. That's how I've been vlogging for the past few. I even did a review of this monopod that's on the channel. Josh Deep reviews up. Liketh fun in India? Oh, why don't I travel to India? I have no money. No money, no time. And I can't just visit like one city really quick. If I go to India, because I have, I would want to see the country. I don't want to just fly into one city for one day, say hello, and then fly home again. So it would be kind of expensive for me. If I had the money, I would do it and be able to not work. Since I have to work, I can't take a week off to go. I haven't had a vacation in decades. So I don't even know what it's like to have more than 2 days off. Do you watch any Walking Dead or Doctor Who? If so, what is your way in on the female doctor? I love Doctor Who. I liked The Walking Dead up until about I think by the third season, it lost me. I was like, okay, it's the same thing over and over again. And, I mean, I probably could have kept watching it, but I got interested in other things, so I kind of stopped watching The Walking Dead. Doctor Who, I love Doctor Who. I watch every episode. And my opinions on the female doctor, I think she's going to kill it. I think she's going to be awesome. I don't see the big deal of why anyone cares if the doctor is female. No one seemed outraged when the master became a female. And Missy did a great job. So I have faith that the producers are going to hire and the new showrunner is going to hire a good doctor for what they want. So I think she'll do a really good job, and people are going to eat their words once the show comes out. Konder, I saw your review on Madhalvin. I felt it was very good. I would recommend you watch Indian. It was a movie directed by Shankar, as well done. Yep, I saw your comment on the video too, and there were a few people that said Indian as well. You watch Game of Thrones, right? Yeah, actually, I do a recap review of it on the Koricon Nerd channel every week, but I'm behind. I need to do episode 5 before episode 6 comes out tomorrow. But I don't have a lot of people watching my recaps on the other channel, so I've been having to concentrate on more of the immediately needing to be done videos that get more views. But I do a recap review of every episode of Game of Thrones, but it's on the second channel, Koricon Nerd. Which film would you pick up to watch right now if you're told to? 12 Angry Men or 2001 A Space Odyssey? 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men is a great drama. I really like that movie. 2001 A Space Odyssey, even though I am a fan of sci-fi, I find that movie extremely boring. I like the last 20 minutes of that movie. The rest of it I could live without. So, I would rather see 12 Angry Men. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? I would like to be fluent in every language. I've actually had dreams of like getting the little fish from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that allowed me to understand every language, or the Doctor Who's TARDIS, where if you're close to it you can understand any language. That would be awesome. But I've tried learning other languages before. I tried learning German, since my heritage kind of comes from Germany. At least some of it does. My last name does. That didn't work out too great. I tried learning Spanish. That didn't really work out too great. I'm horrible with languages. I'm not even that great with my own. I'm really bad with languages. Nala, you and Pesh Entertainment are the best reactor for Indian movies. I've heard of Pesh Entertainment. I'm not sure if I've watched. I don't watch very many of the other reactors. I do for like big ones, like if I do a reaction video and I'm just curious what other people do, I'll go and watch other reactors videos to see what they do. But I don't watch other reactors on a regular basis because I just don't have the time to do that. Shero Fun, hey, it's been a while. Please change your intro. I can make one for you. Sure. If you want to make one for me, that would be great. Don't let it be too long. I like the really short ones. So under 10 seconds, preferably 5 to 7 seconds or less. And I don't like I don't like electronic or hip hop music or anything like that you see on other reactors. I want mine to be a little more classy or streamlined, but something that fits my personality better. I think if I had an intro with like the flashy hip hop beats going on and then I pop up, it doesn't make sense. All right, I missed some of that statement, but I feel Moffat did not do justice to Kabali's character. Yeah, he seemed to be the weaker. You know, maybe he just kind of lost. I mean, that is why he's not the showrunner anymore. It could be he just kind of lost his mojo and was concentrating on other stuff. I miss Bali Fools so much. Yeah. Uh, and recently, Kartik, the guy who runs the Bali Fools Twitter account, him and uh, uh, the lady that's been doing their reactions for a while, they went off and made their own channel. Harasi? I linked it in one of my videos, but they they moved on to their own channel, and then Bali Fools is kind of left alone right now. I don't think they're doing much with it, but they may in the future. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jabby Koei, worst reactor? Nah, I don't think he's the worst. I've seen some bad ones. I think Jabby's alright. I like Jabby for the most part. We don't agree on things all the time, but as a reactor goes, I think he's, you know, just as fine as the rest of us. But I've seen some reactors that are bad because they don't talk about anything. See, I think a good reactor needs to be able to say something a little bit before the reaction, do the reaction, and then be able to talk about what it is they just saw. And there's a lot of reactors that just do the reaction, and then when it's over, they say, oh, I like that. Like, share, subscribe, and then that's it. It's a 2-minute trailer. Their video is 3 minutes long. I don't know. I know mine are longer than most people want them to be, but at least spend an extra couple of minutes and talk about and review it. Get into some meat of whatever it is you just saw. You know, don't just watch it and that's it. You speak German? Because I'm from Switzerland. Ah! Liebe Grüß. Switzerland. Awesome. Can I whistle? Yeah, a little bit. But nothing like a tune or anything. I can just do the sound. But I can't really hold a tune. Spartan, how's it going, my friend? Melanie is also a really good reviewer. I've heard of Melanie. Shrish, how's it going, man? What do I think about the Vikram Vita background music? Well, I said that in my review. For the most part, the background music did its job. But nothing that was like really flashed out at me as amazing, just that it matched the tone. It did a good job of matching the tone. Except for the one sequence of him running over the roof or walking on the rooftops to escape. I liked that background music because it was playful and really matched his thinking of amusement that they were trying to catch him. But I talked about all of that in the spoiler talk video that I did last, what was it? A few weeks ago, last week, something like that. I love Germany. You mean Germany? Yeah, Germany's cool. How old were you when you found out that Santa was... That's mean, man. What if somebody is what? Well, I guess not. They wouldn't be that young, would they? How old was I? I asked my mom. I basically just said, he can't be real, right? And she was like, just don't tell your brother. So I think I was maybe 5 or 6. Can you try signature sound for your channel like PewDiePie? What, you mean like where he says PewDiePie? Is that what you mean? The signature sound? A lot of people know me from the "Hey everybody!" They like that. What do I think about Bahubali 1 and 2 background music? I like it. I can't remember any exact themes off the top of my head, but I liked the grandiose thematic scores. Sai, earn lots of dollars and come to India, then you don't need to work in India for a lifetime. I would like to earn lots of dollars. I would also like to visit India, but I prefer to live here where my family is. I like it where I'm at. The lag is real. Is it getting bad? What will your reaction when Rajnikant called you and asked to come for a movie role in his movie? It's not going to happen, man. But my reaction would probably be like, what? Seriously? Can you foot the bill to get me there? Because I can't afford to go. Sai, I'm going to Europe. Maybe get money. Money. Bahubali 2 CG versus Tick 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 CG. Which one is best? Well, the CG that they had, like with the green screen stuff, is harder to do with Bahubali than it would be for Tick Tick Tick. And it's because space is a lot easier to have as a background than, you know, Earth-like location shots. So I don't know if one would be better than the other right now, and I would need to see a lot more of Tick 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 before I make that decision. What do you think about Indian VFX compared to Hollywood, like Tick Tick Tick, Bahubali, upcoming 2.0, Vivagam? They set real great standard, like international level. Well, the VFX in Indian films is coming up really fast. Like, they've been gaining ground extremely quick. I don't know what 2.0 is going to look like because they haven't released anything yet, so I can't comment on that. But Bahubali and Tick 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 look like they've got some great visual effects. Vivagam, will have to see what they do in the movie. From the trailer, it looks okay, but not like insanely amazing. It looks like any other kind of action film, but just as good as any other action film. So we'll see how they do, but I need to see the movie before I can comment on it. Bahubali is the only one of those that I've seen. It's Germ. Oh, Germany. Oh, I get you. Okay. Nala, sorry I get a call. What was your reply for my comment? Which comment was that? Because I've had a lot of comments. Not sure which one. Oh, my signature sound. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know quite what you mean by the signature sound. Do you mean like where PewDiePie says, PewDiePie? I guess mine would end up being, hey everybody, which is what people know me from every video, if that's what you're talking about. Do you watch NFL or Super Bowl or what sport? Well, Super Bowl is NFL. Yeah, I do. I watch football. The new season's coming up soon. So go Broncos. But I'm not a huge sports guy. I don't I don't like follow the players and keep stats on everybody. I just like to watch a game. So I root for my local teams and I watch a game, but uh, I don't get super serious about it. Especially South India does make Hollywood standard movies. Well, I don't know. Uh, the standard of movies for Indian films has been going up really fast. So I'm sure, you know, within a couple of years, they'll be pretty much equal. React Theory climax fight scene with English subtitles. I think I did that one on the last stream. At least that sounds familiar. Do you gamble or have interest in bankrupting a casino? When I do go to a casino, I like to play blackjack. But I'm not a huge gambler. I just like blackjack. Can't wait for the Doctor Who Christmas special. I know. Why does it have to be so far away? I liked the one with Nick Frost in it as Santa Claus. I like Nick Frost. That was a good one. Can I react to the meaning of life Muslim spoken word? I don't know, is that political or religious in any way? I don't really want to get into that. I like to keep my channel more of a entertainment. What is my educational qualification? You mean my education level, I guess? I went to college. I didn't like it. I got an associate's degree with computer networking, and then I went back for business. But I didn't graduate with it. I stopped before that. Did I see the shorts from Oats Studios? No, but I want to. Those are the Bloomcamp ones, right? I liked District 9 a lot. So I totally forgot about that. I need to go watch the Oats shorts. Do I usually remember my dreams in the morning? Probably half the time. Because I don't sleep for long periods of time. I probably sleep 3 or 4 hours at a time, maybe between 2 and 4. So I end up napping all the time. So I lucid dream often. Avi, how's it going? Why do many people love Doctor Who? Literally everyone here in Britain is obsessed with Doctor Who. I tried watching it once and thought it was aimed at kids. To each their own. I always liked Doctor Who. It reminds me a lot of like a funny version, like a more humorous version of Star Trek. The kind of cheesy sci-fi. I love that stuff. Can the storytelling of Indian movie will appeal to foreign or Western audience like Dangal was well received in China? What do you think about the content? Well, a lot of Indian movies are still meant for the locale. So there's a lot of inside jokes. There's a lot of things that are relevant to the area. That doesn't translate very well in other countries. So for someone like me that will spend time to actually learn about all of that, then it makes more sense. But the average moviegoer just goes to see one movie. They're not going to try and figure out all of the nuances of somebody's culture just to watch a movie. So for movies, Indian movies, to become more international, they would need to make them more international story-wise, with less specific nuances of culture included. But I don't see them doing that anytime soon. Maybe, but there's a lot of cultural nuances in Indian films, and that doesn't translate very well. At least not for people that are just average moviegoers. You know, average Joe Blow that goes to watch a movie is not going to research the, research the background of a movie. They're just going to go watch a movie. Better you go to job, earn a lot, and settle in India. I would rather live here. I like it here. What was the last compliment you got? Well, recently it was that they liked my Mount Halvin review. That was the most recent compliment, I guess. I loved Raka and Zygote. Nice concepts, especially Zygote. I wish Kapali had an extra season. He had so much more potential. Yeah, they kind of... The last 2 seasons, I think, they didn't really utilize his character as well as they could have. The stories seem to be lacking. But it is good that Moffat is moving on and we're getting a new showrunner, so hopefully things will get back on track. Today, VJ Marcel teaser and audio launch. Oh, really? Cool. When is the teaser coming out? I mean, when today? Do we know a time? Is it like in 2 hours or is it in like 12? Johnny, maybe Robot 2 have a chance to come very far and west. Maybe they have that luck. I don't know. I don't know if Robot 2... the only thing we've seen... fly. Gotta fly. The only thing we've seen from the movie is that poster, and I'm not really impressed with how Akshay looks. I need to see it in the film, because from the poster, he looks odd, like out of place. So I need to see it in the context of the film. I need a trailer. But I don't know... I don't know. I need to see a trailer. I can't make any judgments on it. I haven't seen anything from it yet. What do I think about House of Cards and Defenders? House of Cards is a good drama. I don't really watch it, but I've seen a few episodes. I thought it was good, just, I don't know, not something I got super interested in. And the Defenders, I've only seen the first episode because we recorded our reaction for it yesterday for the first episode, and then me and Matt are getting online again tomorrow night to do some more of the Defenders. I like it so far, but I've only seen the first episode. Is that a sword behind you? Yes. Sorry, that was probably really loud. This is a sword my uncle brought back from Korea when he was stationed out there in the 60s or 70s and brought it home for my grandma. It's an old, very rusty sword. But it's a nice one. And then I also have my uncle's Vietnam machete. Introduce my mom and father. Dad does not want to be on camera. Mom, she's been on a couple of vlogs. But, yeah, so Dad won't be on camera. Should have a new showrunner on Kapali's last season so we would get an idea. Yeah. But I guess when the new showrunner, they just want to start a whole new, which I understand, start from scratch. Abby, did you say me and Matt? So you're not Matt? I am Matt, actually. I am Matt, and the other guy is also named Matt. Matt Kohler. He's the director, writer, fight choreographer for that Batman Master of Fear web series that's coming out in September. And we became friends when he asked me to react to his trailer or look at his trailer. And so we started doing collabs with the Young Justice, and now we're going to do Defenders. That's all on the second channel, Koricon Nerd. What is your favorite food? Mine is lasagna. Mine is rice. I love rice. I could eat all kinds of different types of rice for every meal. But I don't like too spicy. I'm a wimp when it comes to spicy. Do I think regional films are doing better than Bollywood or Hindi movies? I think they're all doing well for their location, but they're having a hard time with international. And it all depends on, like, we have a lot of Tamil and Telugu films that come here because we have a large Tamil, Telugu, like South Indian population out here. I'm sure if we had a large Hindi Indian population out here, then we would have mostly Hindi movies. So it's all dependent on, you know, the people that are around. It's still very much of a local, regional culture base. So wherever that culture is gets those movies. Sell it in a pan shop and make money? Nah, my grandma gave it to me before she died. I'm not getting rid of it. I like it. Robot 2 will come in October. That's what I heard. I heard the trailer would come out in October. The movie comes out in like April. What qualifies a movie to get an Oscar? It has to come out within that year. That's why you see a lot of Oscar movies that come out in the last 2 months of the year. So it has to have come out during that year. So sometimes you'll have movies that will do a limited release where they show in maybe like 2 screens in a theater the week before Christmas so that they can say it came out in 2016 or 2017. But then the movie doesn't get a wide release until January. So it has to be in a theater in the year. It has to open in a theater in the year that you're applying for the Oscar. And then it's voted on by the committee of people or whatever. I don't really follow the Oscars or the Emmys or any of those. I think they're all rigged. But I find it interesting after the fact, but I don't really watch them when they come out. How many channels do you have? I have 2. I just started the second one like 2 weeks ago. The second one is called Koricon Nerd, and I have a link to it in the description of all of my videos. But it focuses more on the American content. It's a little bit of a mess right now because I'm still trying to, get it moving and get things over there in a nice, even pace. But I'm working on it. From the morning, I do nothing, Nala, so addictable. You like rice? Try biryani. I know, every time I say rice, someone says try biryani. Every time. They have an Indian restaurant out here called A Taste of India. So I don't know exactly what they have, but I got distracted, but I wanted to go and talk to the owner and see if he would be willing to let me film and see if I could film a taste testing of different foods. But I haven't gone and talked to him yet. I've been distracted with trying to get Indian movies to theaters closer to me and working with the local nonprofit paper. So I've been busy with other things. Do I think Bahubali 2 could be nominated for foreign film? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it made a little splash out here because it was in the top 5 for that weekend that it came out. So anything that makes the top 5 always gets some attention. So I'm sure it's on their radar. Now it's really up to the movie producers to kind of push it to get it into the faces of the Oscar people, and I think they have to run like a campaign or something. I don't know. That's what I heard. Why Indian movies not qualified for Oscar? They are. They're qualified under the foreign film. So anything made outside of the US is under the banner of foreign film. Please review Pizza Tamo. Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me about pizza during my Mudhalvin review. Please have a look at India's enlightened man Sadhguru. Sadhguru? I do not know who that is. Who recommended idli was the best breakfast for people? It's South Indian breakfast. Try it. Oh, it's just called Who? Who recommended idli? Idli. World Health Organization. World Health Organization recommended idli was the best breakfast for people. Oh, okay. I just spent 2,000 US to enter the US, which was wasted. What? Jeez. I don't know if you want to come to the US right now. Wait until Trump's out of office. I don't know why they make it so hard to get in here. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. I've been talking for an hour and a half and we haven't even done Arjun Reddy yet. So I'm going to go take a break and get some more coffee and stuff, and I will be back in a bit. Hello. I'm back. Give my citizenship to you, you will pay me. Which part of India do I like more? I don't have a favorite part of India. All of it is India. So they have a bunch of different cultures that I find interesting, but I don't have a favorite. If you have a nickname, what is it? It's just Matt. Koricon was a name I created back in the late 80s when I was a kid. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Koricon was the name I made my character. And then when the internet went public in the 1991 or 92, it just became my internet handle. So it looks like I lost a lot of people. Have I ever had a first love? When and how? I have an ex-girlfriend that I was with for 4 years, 3 years, 3.5 years. Um, that was about that ended about 9 years ago. How old do you think I am? You could probably guess. I would like to see you guess. 40, 35, 40. I'm 39, so the 40s are closer. Yeah, I turned 39 in May, so I'll be 40 next May. I was born in 78. Why don't you get a six-pack? Because I'm built big. It's impossible for me to have a six-pack. I used to weigh 500 plus pounds, and I had a gastric bypass. So I don't have a stomach, but it got me down. And the lowest I can really go if I tried to like super diet and go extreme exercise like, you know, a lot of people do that are skinny. The smallest I could probably get would be about 230 because I have about 220 pounds of muscle. So I still would not have a six-pack though because I have a lot of loose skin. I would have to get a lot of surgeries and stuff to make it all get a six-pack, and that's not viable. It's not going to happen. Am I married? No. I am not married. No children. Not married, no children. Vikram Vita Climax. What could be my decision? Kill Vita or save him? It would not be to kill Vita. It would be to imprison him. So I wouldn't kill Vita. I would save him, but then arrest him. Good luck in future endeavors. Thank you, Aki. What do I think about the Defenders on Held? Well, I've only seen the first episode because we did a reaction for it yesterday. I'm waiting for his files so I can edit it together to put it on Koricon Nerd channel. But we're going to be filming some more of them tomorrow, so I've only seen the first episode so far. Prune 52, I'll remember that, but I'm kind of tired. I'm not going to do any more reactions tonight. Just a couple more questions before I end the stream. But I will keep a note of that here to put on my other list. Jighorn, that sounds familiar. I thought I might have done that one. No, I guess I have not done that one. I don't know why I haven't done that one. It might be on my list of other trailers that I needed to do, but just never was able to get to. Because it sounds familiar. I think I put it on my list. Oh, no, it's not on that one. I will make a note of it. I don't know why I never got to it, but there's a lot of them that I end up not getting to just because I don't have the time. But I just put it on my list. Can I try some new hairstyles? My hair pretty much does what it wants to do. That's why I wear hats sometimes, is just because when it doesn't feel like doing something, then it looks bad. It looks bad. My hair is very thick. It's very condensed. So I usually cut it short and then I just grow it until I think it's time for a haircut and then I get another haircut. But there's not much styling that goes on with my hair. Good night, Bala. Honestly, I feel the superpower kind of shows are overpowering other genres these days. Yep, it's the popular thing right now. But everything goes in cycles, so we'll end up moving into another trend at some point. Bring back the vlogs. Uh yeah, I do vlogs not as often as I would like, but my life's not really that interesting. So I try to do vlogs for days I know I'm going to have things going on and it's not just me sitting here editing videos the whole day or working. Even then, sometimes I've done some vlogs at work, but like I vlogged when I went to Vikram Vita. I think that vlog turned out well, but I would need more interesting things going on besides going to work and then coming here and making videos and then going to work again. But I try to do vlogs whenever I think something interesting is going to happen for a day or a weekend. I grab my camera and I vlog it. When will I be live again? I don't know when, but I do want to make this more of a regular thing. Do it more often. Just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Because I want to also try and make time to be able to do more movie reviews. And part of doing that would be to do more live reactions just to cut down on my production time. So I need to figure all that out first. But I don't know. We'll probably be doing another live one somewhat soon. But I usually announce it on the day. And then I'll put up like I did today on my social media. You want to keep a lookout on my Twitter or my Facebook page. I'll put up a thing saying stream will start in 3 hours or something like that. Or I might say there's going to be a stream tonight. I'm thinking about it. When is my new vlog? Well, the most recent one I did was in the first half of the Vikram Vita reaction. I don't know when my next vlog will be, just because I don't know when I'll have an interesting day worth vlogging. Because I don't want to vlog me just sitting here making videos and editing all day. Weekly live streams a better option than vlogs? I don't think they would need to be one or the other. Vlogs I can do anytime. It's just doing them when I'm out and about. That's the beauty of a vlog, is I'm just filming my day, what I'm doing for the day. So it doesn't take much time out for the production part. It's just editing it later. And the same thing with the live streams. It's pretty self-contained of when I would do the filming of it. They don't really compete with each other, vlogs and live streams. So I can do both. It's more of just trying to find things to vlog about. I do want to do the Indian food vlog at that restaurant, but I need to talk to the owner and see if I can schedule maybe a time with him or his crew to be able to film and get permission to film in the restaurant. So I'll try and do that. Do I recommend realty as a job? I do, if you are willing to put in 110% into generating leads. If you are willing to do that, yes. If not, no. Would I fit in Game of Thrones or Harry Potter? I would fit more into Harry Potter than I would Game of Thrones. Like, I'm basically Hagrid. I'm just a smart version of Hagrid and a little shorter. That's about it. Other than that, I am Hagrid for the most part. I don't think I would fit in Game of Thrones. I would as one of the, like maybe a Tyrion Lannister style character. You know, like the smart manipulator. But I wouldn't be... Or I guess I could be like the Hound. I could be the Hound. How about trying special live streams about something apart from trailers, like sports or other topics? I usually, when I do a live stream, it's either these trailers or just Q&As, just talking with you guys. Sports, other topics. I don't know much about sports, so it would be more of you just telling me about sports. But I wouldn't be doing any sports reactions. Because, yeah, like Aki just said, they get strikes. So I don't do sports reactions. I did in the very beginning, like 2 years ago. Before I did Indian movies, I was just doing a little bit of everything just to try and see what fit. And I did a couple of sports reactions. And they were interesting, but I don't know enough about the sports to make it a good reaction video. I know movies, so I tend to make those more interesting. I like to watch sports. I can respect the physical ability, but I don't know enough about the players or anything like that to really get into it. Other topics, when we're doing the Q&As, I'll talk about just about anything. But I don't like getting into political discussions about politics from other countries because I don't know anything. I don't know enough about those subjects to really have a opinion on it, and I don't want to deal with the arguments that happen in the chat. Indian funny YouTube series, maybe. Have I ever read Harry Potter or other novels? Yeah, I read all the Harry Potters a couple of times, actually. One of my favorite series of books, though, was Terry Brooks' The Landover series. The first book was Kingdom for Sale, $1 million. It was a 5-book series. I really liked that one. So Sergeant Rocco's been doing these reactions for factual videos. Like, couldn't remember the title of them. But I talked to the guys that run that YouTube channel, and they gave me permission to react to their videos as well. Same as Sergeant Rocco. It's just with all my other stuff, I haven't had the time to add something new, because I've got all of this other stuff going on. But once I get settled down and can figure out a good schedule of things and know what time I will have available, then maybe I can do some more. What was my first job? Well, when I was 10, I was mowing lawns and shoveling snow and chipping ice in the winter. So that was my first job. My first, like, clock in and get your paycheck kind of job was I worked at a pizza place called Pizza Pros. 50-cent Frosty at Wendy's. That sounds pretty good. Never do politics. Or DC versus Marvel. I don't do DC versus Marvel. Now, every time I do a video where I talk about a DC movie, I get DC fans in there that hate me because I also like Marvel, and then when I do Marvel, I get Marvel fans in there that hate me for liking DC, but I like them both. It's the same as the Star Wars versus Star Trek argument. I don't like one more than the other or any less. To me, they're different genres. Star Wars is a fantasy movie. Star Trek is a science fiction story. So they don't even have the same genre. For DC and Marvel, it's all superheroes. It doesn't matter to me. As long as the movie is good, I don't care which one it is. Wonder Woman, awesome movie. Loved it. What advice would you give to your followers? It would be that the way you treat other people will come back to you tenfold. So the whole idea of karma, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Basically, the way that you project yourself in the world is how the world is going to see you. So if you project Good stuff, you'll get good stuff back. If you project negative things, then you're going to get nothing but negative things back. So don't be an asshole, and then people won't be an asshole to you. September 1st, Bad Shaho relies in the USA 2. Hope I can review that. Yeah, I review anything that I can get to the theater for. So for the Indian movies, like I said earlier in this stream, I'm in talks to try and get Indian movies either in Boulder or Longmont so that they're closer to me. But because of how much time it takes me to get down to Aurora, I can't always see movies for Indian movies. The American movies I can see locally, but Indian movies I have to travel 2.5 hours to go and watch. Do I like classic Who? Yeah, I've seen a lot of the original ones, but it was a long time ago. I liked the ones from the 80s. They were probably the most cheesy. But the black and white ones, like the first couple of seasons, I thought they were really interesting, like a British Twilight Zone. It was very interesting storylines. I liked that. What time do I sleep today? When I decide to fall asleep. I don't do times. Is it Bahubali? This? It is. Yes. Bahubali 2. Come on, giving advice like superstars. Kids, don't do drugs. Something like that. Oh yeah, don't do drugs. Don't start smoking. So I had started smoking when I was like 17, and it is the hardest thing to quit for some reason. So never start smoking because it's a horrible habit. So never do it. They do have Indian movies on Netflix, right? Yeah, they do. They do. I've been trying to get more of my Indian followers to come over and watch Rift TV with me because I could watch some Indian movies over there, but no one is going. So Rift TV is all going to be American stuff because that's what people watch. And it's not about the access to Indian movies. I have access to them. It's finding the time. So like for that Mudhalvin review, okay, it's a 3-hour movie. So that's 3 hours. Then I spent about 3.5 hours editing that review. So that's 6 hours, maybe 6.5. And then I spent about 2 hours making the thumbnail. And then the upload time and everything else. It's an 8-hour process to do one movie review. So, to do that every day is impossible. I would not get anything else done but movie reviews, and I wouldn't make any money. So I can't do that. I have a lot of things that I have to do, and I have 2 jobs I have to work at. So movie reviews come when I can find the time to do them. Sometimes I can watch the movie and do my notes and then come back later and review my notes and try and film it, but then edit it another day. But if I just sit down and do it all in one go, it's about 8 hours straight. Hey, Joe. I'm not going to be reacting to any more trailers tonight. I'm going to be ending the stream soon. What movie am I waiting for this year? Well, Star Wars. I like Star Wars, so I want to see The Last Jedi. Thor Ragnarok looks good. And there's some horror movies coming in October around Halloween that I'm interested in. I can't remember the name of it. Well, I want to see It. I do want to see that. It looks cool too. What do you prefer, watching in a theater or at home? I prefer watching in a theater. However, I prefer watching in a theater with an audience that knows theater etiquette. So when people are talking, I get frustrated because I'm like, shut the hell up. I'm trying to watch this movie. I don't give a shit about your conversation. So stop talking. It really annoys me. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves. So I like movie theaters, but I try and go at times when there's not very many people at the theater, like early in the morning or the latest showing possible, something like that. And if I can avoid teenagers at all costs, I try to do that. The thing that kills me is that they have Bahubali 1 and 2 on Netflix, but they don't have the Telugu version. 3 versions, but not Telugu. I didn't know that. Everything I know on Netflix has English subtitles, but I'm not sure what languages they put them in. I don't know why they wouldn't have the Telugu version. They released it in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and Hindi, right? Didn't they release it in those 4 languages when it came out? Why don't you make a separate channel for English trailers reviews? I did. It's called Koricon Nerd. I started it 2 weeks ago. So I have I do have two channels now. But that one is still like in the new process. I think I only have like 48 subscribers over there, and I'm still trying to, organize how I'm going to be doing things over there and over here. But for English stuff like the TV shows that we do, I'm doing over on Koricon Nerd. There's a link in the description of all my videos recently, the past 2 weeks, that have a link on it. And I had a video that I made a few weeks ago about creating the second channel. Christian Bale and Leonardo movies, they are good. They also are smart and know how to choose good directors. Frankly, I felt Thor went Guardians of the Galaxy way a little that I don't like. It should have went dark. Well, the reason it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of feel to it is because Thor Ragnarok is going to be the connecting link between Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the main part. So you're probably going to have Guardians of the Galaxy show up at the end of the movie, and that's going to be the tie-in for the Avengers movie. Also, that's why they did the Planet Hulk storyline, to give an excuse of why they're out in the universe. So that's why it feels like that. It's on purpose. Who do I watch on YouTube? Chris Stuckman, the Flick Pick, Blind Wave, Aristotle Full Throttle, that guy. Collider, Nerdist, Action Comics, and I like that Epic Voice guy. Oh, and How to Dad, which is a funny New Zealand vlog series I kind of really like. But that's the core. Oh, and Boogie 2988. I love his channel. It's about demand, dude. If they don't have demand for a specific language, they don't do that version. Ah, okay. Yeah, for the American audience, English subtitles is the only thing we need. Because every movie to me is just, it's either in English or needs subtitles. So that's how I end up seeing movies. But I can understand that. I would think, though, because it was released in Telugu, that it wouldn't be that hard for them to just have that option on the Netflix stream. They just show that version. since they released that version in the theaters. It's not like they have to do anything to put it in that language. It was already done, right? Koricon, one of the best YouTubers. I feel great listening to you. Reminds me of my dad. Good night. Dark dreams. Thank you. See you later. Liketh. I liketh your comment. Shrish, theater in India are more enthusiastic. They're screaming and shouting and throwing money. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't mind that for Indian movies because I understand it. I mean, that's the culture. But for American movies, you have to understand my culture, and you shut the hell up in the theater for American movies. So I understand the culture behind it. So I have no problem when I go and see an Indian film and people are blowing whistles and clapping and talking is fine. It's just part of that experience for those movies. But an American film in an American theater, no. You shut up, you don't talk. Because I did not pay money to listen to you talk. I paid money to watch a movie. And I'm very adamant about that. Am I from Cali? No, I'm in Colorado. Colorado, in the middle of the country, with the mountains. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm gonna probably try and edit out some of these things and upload them individually, but may go to bed. I might, actually, now that I think about it, I might get something to eat and then watch a movie on Riff TV. So if you want to go to Riff TV or watch my Twitter feed, I'll announce it. I might watch something over there just so I can watch a movie. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. We didn't get to as many trailers as I was expecting, but we did have fun doing Q&As. I hope you enjoyed that part, at least. And what do you think of my new thingy? Isn't that neat? Shows the chat and everything. I think that's cool. I enjoy it a lot. All right. If you're on VidMe, upvote this, give me a follow, and share it around. And if you're on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. And I will see you on the next video. I gotta end this stream now.